Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. Hope you are all well and safe and having a great day. I'm having a great day apart from my hair. That's kind of doing its own thing. But apart from that, everything's going quite groovy. Uh, this is a sketch I've done in Artrage, and I use my Cintiq tablet, which is a tablet that you can draw on as you would a piece of paper, like an Intuos Pro. And what that means is the screen that I'm drawing on is just like a flat surface, and you're actually looking at the monitor, i.e. this big monitor, while you're drawing. So I'm going to explain in this video why I did that and why I like working that way sometimes while I'm doing this little sketch. So let's get straight into it. So I'm going to paint in Artrage today, but I'm using my Cintiq monitor like an Intuos Pro. In other words, I'm going to be doing my hand actions on this on my Cintiq, but I'm looking at my larger monitor. And to set this up, I click the top button of the Wacom pen and toggle the display toggle. If I click that, it changes the screen that the stylus controls. So normally it would control the Cintiq, but because I've toggled that, it's now going to control this. So I draw on here, and so you can see I'm drawing on my Cintiq, and it's coming up on the on my larger monitor. And this here is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do a drawing just for the fun of it. I just wonder if I can lift that up a bit and rest that on. It's a bit dodgy, this is, isn't it? So I've got my iPad with the image on that I'm going to draw. Let's get that line in there. I don't know if this is going to work. I did quite a successful painting with this technique, but drawing's an whole different ball game. You've got to be looking at the. You can't look at the Cintiq for this one. You've got to look at the screen you're working on. But yeah, but drawing is an whole different ball game to painting, I have to say. But that's just doing these rocks. Thought it'd be a nice simple subject. Why am I doing this, you may be asking? Why on earth would I turn a Cintiq into an Intuos Pro when everybody wants to be able to paint on a Cintiq, where it's like working on in traditional media on a real canvas? Well, basically it's the size. I just like working on a large monitor, and I've come to the conclusion that the Cintiq 16, which is the one I've got, isn't a deal better, to be honest, than working on an iPad. I was asked the question: is digital art going more towards tablets than moving away from desktops? Can you do the same sort of things? Is one better than the other? Well, my experience, because we've got to go with what I know, is that there's nothing I've done on a desktop that I can't do on my iPad. And in fact, I started off digitally drawing on my iPad quite a long while before I got into the desktop. And the only real advantage, I think, of a desktop is the actual size of the screen these days. This is a personal opinion, of course, so, you know, if you think different, please write a comment below. But yeah, I don't think that there's anything you can do on a desktop, really, well, that I want to do that I can't do on my iPad. And the iPad holds loads of advantages, like you can sketch in the evening with your iPad on your lap, and you know, when my grandson Killian was in hospital and we was at his sort of bedside constantly, call me I don't know, uncaring, but I took my iPad with me so I could sketch in the hospital while being at his bedside, which seemed a bit, when I look back now, I think that was a bit off, really. But to be honest with you, you know, when you sat with a little baby that can't talk or do anything, just a few months old, and you just sat at the bedside, and you don't want to talk anyway with the other people around you. So, you know, it was great for that. Absolutely. I'm not doing these rocks exactly as they are on the photo. I'm just sort of making up my own, just using them as a guide, really. Very quickly get used to the feel for painting this way. And by that I mean working on the Cintiq with a pen, but actually looking at the other canvas. I did have an Intuos Pro quite a long while before I got. Oops, losing my. Before I got my Cintiq, so I have done it before. Put this big rock in. That's quite an important. Well, it's not important, but it just stand out a bit. So it gives me sort of a landmark for my sketch. This pencil feels really nice. I wonder if I can. You can't put your stylus on its side and shade with this one. I guess I'd use the odd shader. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, you can't. It might be because I'm on a separate monitor. Now I can't remember which pen I had before. I think it was a soft tip. Yeah. You've definitely got the pressure sensitivity, look. That's cool. So I can put in some pretty dark shadows. Like that. That's kind of set the mood for things, hasn't it? I kind of like this this side where I'm just hatched it once, where this one I was sort of cross hatching it. So I might just select the eraser, make it a bit bigger. Just take that out. Do this side again. Yeah, that feels sort of better somehow. sort of following the structure of the rock, maybe a bit. There, like that. Oh, so that rock now becomes that rock. That's I should have paid a bit more attention. Let's just rub this out. Now I'm getting the shading in, I can see where I'm going a bit more. Now, where am I? Oh yeah, that's sort of coming down there like that. And we've got this other rock that's jutting out here. I don't know as if I could paint a portrait with this. There we go. So I'm going to carry on with the rocks and come back in a bit. I'm wondering if I should change the colour of the paper. There we go, canvas settings. Oh, it's on the other monitor. Let's bring it over here so you can see it. Green, canvas colour, here we go. Should I go for blue? Blue grey, something like that. Let's try that. Yeah, now I can put some highlights in it, you see. That's what I'm thinking. What I can do now, I can change my colour. and add highlights in when I'm ready. So that's cool. Yeah, I'm liking that. Let's go back to the black and keep sketching for a bit. Oh, I've changed my style of shading slightly to a more sort of a scrubbed out. Let me show you. So instead of doing more defined lines, it's more of a scrubbed style. I just felt that I'd got a little bit more control over the actual shading bit. Right, we've got this sort of big rock jutting out here. It's not quite so big actually. I know I said I wasn't going to draw the rocks and I was going to make them up, but in the end I just got drawn into these shapes and started doing it. So look, I guess they're gonna end up similar. I'm not gonna say the same, but similar to what the photo is. Yeah, sort of like that, I think. Right, now we've got this big one that sort of comes there, and this goes all the way down to there. Sort of. It's slightly different to that, but hey ho, never mind. And then we just want some light shading on that. Maybe that way. That's better. Just gives the contours of the rocks a bit more definition. Cool. That's like that. And I've got this little one here. And colour that in. Colour it in, I mean shade it in. Oops, I slipped. Let's just step back a bit. That's it. There we go. I think putting the time lapses in helps me out a lot, because when you talk you can't concentrate the same. You don't get in the zone the same as if you just totally 100% concentrating on the drawing. So I hope you enjoy when I do the time lapses and put a little bit of music in, because not only does it make the videos go at a reasonable pace, you know, they're not too long. It also means that I can get more creative because I can get in the zone. Oops. So that's another reason why I like to do that as well. So I think we'll have a bit more me getting in the zone. These houses, I've got to take a little bit more time on these. I want them to look like houses, I guess. So, and I said earlier on that I like the idea of working on a big screen, and one of the reasons is it's like I'm working on actual size what I would actually print this drawing out. So there's no need for me to zoom in at all or anything like that, because what I'm seeing is exactly what the print would be. So that feels way more realistic than say working on an iPad or even this Cintiq 16 here. Clearly I don't have to be so fussy with these trees as the buildings. Yeah. That'll do, I think. And then just put a few, maybe a bit more thought out branches on there, twigs and things. Should I leave that? Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Oh, I need that. It's got a nice under eaves in dark shadow there. I can get that in. And the chimney stack. A little bit of a shadow. Chimney stack's behind that. I wonder if I need all these buildings. When you do anything like this, you need to pay attention of the relationship between the buildings. Like that roof should really line up there. I've got it a bit high. The roof should line up with the the top of the roof should line up with the end of the fascia or the corner of the barge board, which means this needs to come down a bit. And it's just little things like that can really easy get out of hand, like I've just done here. Oh man, just take the corner of that away slightly. There's just the tiniest bit of a pitch that you can see there. So I wonder, yeah, so therefore I can see the pitch there as well. Just need to, I wonder if that will work. Now I've got to select the eraser to resize it. You can't do it when you flip your pencil over. That's it. Back to the pencil. Have I got the pencil? It feels different. Oh, soft tip, must be right. Just where's the darkness gone of it? Something's not right there. I'm going to come off it and then reselect it. I wonder if that's better. I must have adjusted a setting or something, and I didn't want to go into all of those. We've got a rock in front of this one, haven't we? A bit of shadow on. And then this railing. Of a little house. At this point, I'm now thinking, I'm getting bored with houses. Let's just get them in quick. I don't think I've got the scale of that quite right. It must be, it's that bit there. There we go. Got this quite a big window. And then a little window. There, and that, now this is going to be nice and easy, because I can just put this in shadow. About there. So that means, I guess, that's about right. I suppose I said I wasn't going to zoom in, but it would make it life a lot easier if I did, just for this bit. There. I want that a bit more defined. There we go. Now I can shade that in. Another little house here. A bit of wall. Something there. Blob blob. Another eave here. Chimney stack. Shade that in. I'm running out of wall. This one comes a bit lower, like here. And it disappears nicely behind a rock there. Pop a little rock in. We've got that chimney stack there. And another rock here. Just pop a rock there. Bring that down a bit. Zoom back out again. We're liking it. Yeah, that's cool. We're getting there. There's not a a lot left to do. Let's get some sky in. I'm trying to paint negative shapes around these clouds. Whether I achieve that, I don't know. We'll see in a bit. Oh, we've got this nice thundery cloud in here. Notice the left-handed sketching. All my diagonal lines always go from top left to bottom right. And if you're right-handed, I would imagine they're going to go the other way. Right, shall we get some white in? I'm not actually going to use white. I'm going to use this cream colour here. It's just on the regular palette, and it's the first colour on that. I'm just going to go in and hopefully make the thing pop. And who knows, I may come back and put some more shadows on as well. Thought this cream on this blue would be quite nice. So let's pick a rock. Let's do this one. Yeah, I'm liking it. And this one. And I can vary the sort of how much light the rocks catch by applying more pressure. I think these rocks around here are going to be quite in shade. So I don't want to put any highlights on those. But these here, these are what's getting all the light. I've done that wrong. No. Yeah, I don't like that bit. I hope I can. Maybe I should do this on a separate layer, so I can just rub out if I don't like something. I'm wondering if I could make the paper a bit darker. I don't know. I'm just going to go back to black again now. Oh, let's create a new layer. Just in case. I don't want to spoil the white. I'm getting close to the end now. I'm just sort of putting the final touches in. And all in all, I'm quite chuffed with this. Just a little sketch. There. Let's get it signed. A pencil sketch in Artrage using my Cintiq 16 as an Intuos Pro digital pad, drawing rocks. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Bit unusual, I know. If you have, a big thumbs up as always is much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I have loads of videos like this, and I'd love to be sharing them with you. So hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Oh, and don't forget everybody, stay safe, stay sane, and keep painting. Bye.